Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I am asked to talk on the topic work outside but look within. Now, how do we start this topic? Normally, we understand spiritual life is a part-time profession. We do meditation for half an hour, rest of the day frustration. Or else we go to the holy places and comment on the things over there and forget about the God for whom we have gone. Or our attention is on everything except for what we have gone. And therefore, is there any way out that we can get freedom from our own wrong habits? Is there any way? Yes, there is a way. And the way is, take every event, take every experience of our life as a spiritual examination. Now, what is an examination? In examination, we are given some difficult problems. When we are taught simple things. One example will make it clear. One teacher was teaching to her students summations. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, 11 plus 11 is equal to 22, and so on. And she told, now I give you exams and tomorrow complete and come back. Next day, the teacher asked, have you done your homework? Everybody said yes, except one naughty child like me. Then I was scolded. Why you don't do? Sir, I started trembling. Simple things you have done. And you are giving us difficult things. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. I can also do. But you told us 8 plus 9. Where are so many fingers? I can't do that. Friends, examinations are always difficult. For us, our spirituality is a 5-star spirituality. AC, UC, DC, IC, and then alone we may sit for some time and oblige that poor God. See, friends, whatever is happening outside, nothing should ever disturb us. And for that, it is necessary. Disturbance must happen outside. One day, I was in a school and I asked the students, I said, hey, you are all appearing in your final examination. Now suppose somebody wants to be first in the national level. You should be first in the merit list. What is required to be done? So, like anybody, they started telling that we have to study well. Very good, something more. So they told all these things. We should study well, we should be punctual, we should be good, we should know the subject. I said, all what you said is right but incomplete. All what you said is known to your teacher. The teacher knows everything perfectly well. Will he come first in the examination? No. What is the first requirement? If you want to be first at the national level, the first requirement is you must appear in the examination. Exactly the same way. We have to take life as a spiritual examination. And once you take this, then nothing in this world can disturb us. Like the children, they'll run, play. They are children. They are supposed to do that. See, one day in Bombay it happened. There was a society, housing society, big buildings, maybe about 5 or 6 of them, and a huge crowd, about 2,000, all age groups. There was a big function of the society. So all the elderly people were sitting in the front, and the ladies and the gents and all that, and children were also there. And when my talk started, like this big stage, and all people were sitting. One child, a sweet child, he just came out from somewhere and started climbing the steps. Like there are steps here, he started climbing, and after he climbed, he looked at the audience. I can climb now. And again he slowly got down. And again he started doing that. Because he wanted to show off, I can now climb on my own. Child is a child. It's a great achievement for him. But one oldie like me, sitting in the front, became angry with that small little child. He said, "You child, get out from here, don't disturb anybody." Everybody was listening, nobody was disturbed except this old man. See? Then I said, "Uncle, why are you shouting at the child? Are you jealous of him? Do you want to climb? There are steps this side also. You can also climb. Don't take life as a reaction. Take life as an action." On the stage of any drama, there are actors. There are no reactors. Normally, we react in life. But when you are looking within, while working outside, you will stop reacting in life. Okay. Actors get name and fame. Actors get a lot of money. Actors are appreciated. Reactors are not. See, friends. And this can happen only if we are clear about. In Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, "Nasti buddhihi ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantihi ashantasya kuta sukha." First, Nasti buddhihi ayuktasya. Here buddhi means understanding. Ayukta means the one who is not integrated in his process of thinking. We have to be clear in the process of thinking. We all know that everything we have to learn. How to drive a car we have to learn. The kids, they have to learn how to make chapati. They don't get overnight. The first time the chapati the child, the girl learns is South Island, New Zealand. "Mommy, why my chapati is like this? Yours is round." You have to learn. But when it comes to thinking, we imagine. Because there are thoughts in the mind. It is thinking? No. In the jungle also there are thoughts, and there are trees, and in the garden also there are trees. When we go to the jungle, we are afraid, we want to run away. But when we go to the gardens, we are happy. What is the difference? Both the places, vegetation is. In case of the jungle, forest, the vegetation is growing wild. In case of the gardens, every plant is selected, planted, pruned, irrigated, protected, and placed at a proper spacing. In between, there are nice footpaths to walk. And therefore, we like to go to garden. Be attentive. Do we like to go to our own mind? We are fed up of our own mind. One day, one person went to his friend. Morning time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And he said, "Hey Gupta ji, what are you doing?" So that Gupta ji was busy. He said, "Come on, I am busy, but how come you have come so early in the morning?" He said, "No, I was getting bored. So I thought, let me go and spend some time with you." So imagine, when a person gets bored of his own presence, be attentive. When we cannot tolerate our own presence, we go and do the charity, imposing ourselves on others, and we want a company. Because our mind is a jungle, forest. We are afraid. See, the reason is only one. We have not spent even 1 minute in our whole life to learn how to think. Because there are thoughts in the mind, that doesn't mean we are thinkers. Because there are trees, that doesn't mean it's a garden. It could be a jungle also. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Nasti buddhihi ayuktasya. The one who has not learned this art of proper thinking, his understanding will never be correct. He will have biased understanding. See? What for we are in this world? To improve the world. And when we want to improve the world, we have already labeled this world is bad. Therefore it has to be improved. See, friends. Therefore, we have to first learn the art of thinking. And then you will see that this art of thinking will require a platform to perform these experiments. Now, one example I'll give you. One of my personal life spiritual practices, learn from every experience. That is the spiritual life. Let every experience be our guru. Don't go for hunting, guru shopping. One NRI from USA phoned me, "Swamiji, I am coming to India for 2 weeks, I don't have much time, and I want to have a guru because they say guru is required. So where can I find a guru?" I said, "What is your budget?" Because we have got all varieties available. And there are many guru malls. Friends, he who cannot learn from his own experiences, even God cannot teach him. Make your every experience as your guru. Learn from every experience. See, friends, the first experience we all have to learn from, observe whether we are acting or we are reacting. Stop reacting in life. Relax. Then you will see, you will be able to absorb the things as they should be. So, what do I do? How do I learn? One of my peculiar hobby is washing clothes, drying them quickly, and then ironing them. So, in a place where I was ironing my clothes, somebody came that very moment. And he asked, "Swamiji, what are you doing?" I said, "It's none of your business." He said, "No, I have some question, therefore I have come." I said, "I know you consider me as a questionable personality, therefore you have come to me." "Okay, what is your question?" "Swamiji, my question is," I said, "first of all, listen to me. My dining table is not clean. Take a tissue paper and wipe this properly, and all the things leftovers, show me that you have collected in a plate." So he did it. Thereafter, I said, "Now come." And my lungi was spread on the ironing board. I said, what do you see on my lungi? He said, nothing. I said, are you blind or what? Again see? He said, there are wrinkles. I said, then you said nothing just now. See? We are seeing but we say nothing. Wrinkles are there. Yes, wrinkles are there. Then, now, just watch. I moved the hot iron on that lungi, all the wrinkles gone. Then I took that iron box and in its plate, I said, get your plate, and I did like this. I said, hey, where are the wrinkles? Just now you said there are wrinkles. They are removed. Where they have gone? Friends, wrinkles appear, do not exist. In the same manner, this world appears under n number of conditions. You take any thought. Thought is a wrinkle on the mind. Be attentive. When we remove all the wrinkles, then we fold the lungi properly or the shirt properly. And then there is a crease. That crease brings out a beauty to the cloth. Now, earlier they were also wrinkles, bringing ugliness to the cloth. This crease is also a wrinkle, but it brings out beauty out of the cloth. What is the difference? The difference is, earlier wrinkles were not organized, not disciplined. They were cancelling each other. But this crease is unidirectional, properly aimed, exactly the same way. How do we think? Our own thoughts are constantly cancelling each other. One moment we want this, second moment we want this. We don't know what to do, what not to do. And as a result, our mind is like the lungi, wrinkles everywhere. Such a confused person can never have proper understanding. See, my friends, nasti buddhihi ayuktasya. So what is important is, wherever we are, we have to first remember what for we are wherever we are. We are here for satsang. Now, other than satsang, nothing else should ever matter for us. Then it is a straight line crease on your shirt. But instead of that, if we get disturbed, somebody coming, somebody going, this thing, that thing, then there are wrinkles on the mind and agitations. And what I have said, that is gone. Because your mind has gone here and there. See, in many places it happens. When I am talking, when I see the people are going to sleep, one day it happened. One person right in the front, two of them sitting next to each other. And he comfortably slept. He was a descendant of Kumbhakarna. And next to him there was a Dunlop pillow, huge structure. So he put his hand around the Dunlop pillow and slept. And the Dunlop pillow was getting so angry, therefore wanted to move. But Kumbhakarna was having in his genes the ability to sleep. So he pulled again the pillow and again slept. And from here I was watching the whole cinema. After the lecture was over, Kumbhakarna was the first to come and tell me, Swamiji, you were awesome. So I just accepted the greetings. He went away. Then that Dunlop pillow came. And he became so angry. Swamiji, why didn't you wake him up? He was sleeping, disturbing me. I said, first of all, remain cool. What for you have come here? To get disturbed or to get peace? Of course, I came for peace, but I said, cool, don't get angry. He got the peace. And you are still struggling. Therefore, those who sleep in satsang, they are the best satsang. Don't unnecessarily get agitated on any issue in life. Those who are disturbed because of others, they are the fools of the highest order. Don't get disturbed. Let the whole world go to hell. Who cares? You should be at peace with yourself. Then you will see nothing in this world will disturb us. And then understanding is a matter of a snap. It doesn't take much time. But small little things. See? Like in USA it happened. A Gujarati family. They called me for lunch. I go to people's house only for lunch. This is for your information. So, when I went there for lunch, that lady had gone out somewhere, so that poor husband was at home. And the food was there. He said, I asked him, I said, hey, where is your son? He said, Swamiji is sleeping in his room, go and wake him up. That day I knew there is nothing like free dinner. So I went to his room. He was sleeping diagonally in a Bhujangasana at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I thought he may not be well. So I came back. And I said, no, he may not be well, let him sleep. Let us eat food. He said, Swamiji, my son, I knew what is coming. Complaints. So I took my food. I said, you take. He said, no, you take. I said, okay, I come for this. I am single pointed in my life. I come for food, take food. Don't bother for anything. You have come for satsang, only satsang. Don't bother for anything in life. Try this. What happens? If we get disturbed because of anything outside, our attention is not in satsang, it's somewhere else. This is our examination. Let there be whole world on fire. You keep cool. Try. See? Thereafter, he said, Swamiji, why my son is like that? Now when you eat food, instead of having a nice music, they will give you complaints. As I give achar, then vichar is better. Then he said, Swamiji, back home, standard phrase. Back home, when my father used to come to my room, I used to get up out of respect and fear and run to other room. Now, when my son comes to my room, I get up out of fear and run away from him. What is my life? I said, you are born to run. Run. That is the only purpose of your life. Then I asked him, I said, how many brothers and sisters you are? Swamiji, I am the only son. Very good. So, are you very poor back in India? No, Swamiji, we have got a very big property in Bombay, a very good business. So, when you are coming here, didn't your father tell you what is lacking here? Why don't you stay? You must have told, Dad, there are no opportunities in India. And you didn't listen to him, is it not? Yes, he is your son. He will never listen to you. He has inherited that quality from you. Friends, stop complaining. Stop complaining. On the contrary, take every experience as examination. Then alone, our mind is at peace. And when the mind is at peace, understanding happens quickly. Bhagavan Shankaracharya, in one of his commentary, writes, there are 4 types of students. Uttam Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, Adham Adhikari, and Adhamadham Adhikari. 4 of them. Uttam Adhikari, the best one. In one go, everything is over. He doesn't require to repeat anything. Best student. Second is Madhyam, mediocre. He understands 50% he doesn't understand. Because while listening, the mind goes here and there. Who has come, who has not come? Why so many people? Unnecessary. So 50% he understands. The third one is Adham Adhikari. He understands nothing, no difference between him and the pillar. And the fourth one, the supreme one, he understands exactly opposite. I would tell you, the difference is not in the teacher, but the quality of the mind which is entertained by the student. Nasti buddhihi ayuktasya. Therefore, remember one thing. Nothing in this world should have the freedom to disturb our peace of mind. The most valuable commodity in the whole universe is our peace of mind. And if we imagine peace of mind means going to the graveyard, no. The real peace of mind is you are in the din and roar of the battle of life, and yet you are at peace. That is real peace. We are not talking about that peace which is against the noise. No. One is called a Shanti, peace. Second is called a Ashanti, absence of peace. Third is called a Prashanti. Prashanti is, it doesn't enhance because of the peace. It doesn't get disturbed because of the noise. That is our place. That is our being. With that kind of quality mind, when we function in the outer world, our attention is not outside, attention is inside. One example, I am talking to you. Now this is the action. Now where is my attention? There are three possibilities. One, my attention is on you, the audience. Whether you are understanding, whether you are listening, whether you are enjoying. One possibility, my attention will be on you. Second possibility, attention will be on me. I am giving such a lecture, these ignorant people, they don't understand, you fools. I. The third possibility, my attention is on the quality of my mind. How was the quality of mind when I began the job? How is the quality of the mind when the job is being executed? And what is the quality of the mind when the job is over? That is success in life. Once I was conducting a camp, some youngsters were organizers. And they organized for 50 student children. And children were small, 9 to 11 years. So they organized for 50 students, that much facility they have made. And it so happened, this happened in Pune. There were 250 students came, children came. And there was a big chaos, 5 times chaos. So they started blaming each other. The simplest thing, blame others and relax. So they were blaming each other. I was watching that whole tamasha. Then I said, hey, let us hand over this job of registration to some parents. We'll sit together for 5 minutes and understand something. He said. I said, hey, how will you determine whether this camp for the children that you are conducting is successful or not successful? What is the parameter? So, one by one. It is already successful. See, so many have. I said, cool. The other not successful. Now there is no water to give the bath to the children. These are shouting at each other. I said, see, you already know. Very good, continue. He said, no, we want your input. I said, my input is different. My input is, before we started this, we were all inspired, cheerful. When we are doing this job, whatever difficulties come, your cheer and inspiration doesn't get corrupted. And after the camp is over, none of us say, Next time I will never do it. Then alone it is successful. See friends, this can happen only if when we function outside, our attention is inside. Why this happens is because we are living at the surface level of our personality. Once I went somewhere and they put all the funny kind of dress and you float on the water and see the corals in the sea. So when you are on the surface, there are waves. So with the waves you go up and down, oscillation continues. I got disturbed. This is too much for me going up and down. So I removed all that nonsense. And then that person who was there, he told me, he said, now what will you do? I said, I'll jump and see the coral directly touching it. He didn't know that I know swimming. So he said, okay, jump. And I jumped. When I jumped, he said, oh God, this man from India, what is doing? Be attentive. When I went that deep, maybe about 10 feet, I discovered the truth. On the surface level, there are waves, they disturb you. In the same place, when you go deep in the ocean, there are no waves. Exactly the same way. When we are living at the surface level of our personality, there are disturbances. There is confusion. There is no understanding. There is misunderstanding. There is argument. There is logic. There is reason. Because we are at the surface level of our personality. Go deep within. No disturbances. With that undisturbed mind, when you look at the world, your perception is beyond obvious. If I were to go with Newton and see the apple falling, what I would have done? Pick it up and start eating. But Newton didn't do that. See? This world is a story of 3 apples. The first apple had only 1 bite. The second apple was Newton's. And the third apple is Steve Jobs. The whole world is a story of 3 apples. Therefore, nasti buddhi ayuktasya. We have to think. And in that thinking process, you will come to know. At the root of every thought, there is somebody sitting. Remove that body. Without efforts, your mind will be at peace. Now let us do a small experiment. Be wherever you are perfectly alright. Don't change anything. Just for the fun of it, close your eyes and let us play. Become either husband or wife. And as a husband and a wife, sit down quiet. And see what thoughts come. Stop. Second experiment. Become parents or children. And see what thoughts come. Now the last experiment. Remain as Mr. Nobody. Are even thoughts coming? experiment over. Let us analyze the data. When we became husband and wife, the thoughts were pertaining to the wife and husband respectively. When we became parents and children, the thoughts were pertaining to the children and parents respectively. But when we remained as nobody, no thoughts. Whenever we take up any activity in the world, we have to determine who are we at a given period of time. At this moment, I am a speaker and you are supposed to be a listener. But instead of remaining as a listener, if you become somebody, like it happens many times, suppose I give some example, husband-wife example. And if husband-wives are together in the same lecture, immediately the husband looks at the wife, look, he's changing for you. Immediately getting identified, the topic is forgotten because the husband is invoked. Come to realize this. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya. So this is such a simple thing. Whenever, whatever we are doing, that alone should be the only priority at that moment. In one go, your understanding will be perfect. One go. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya. Nacha yuktasya bhavana. The second thing. First, understanding has to be perfect and clear. Then the second step comes bhavana. Bhavana is what? All of us are only doing this bhavana. I am using the same word. Then slowly you will get a right understanding. I don't want to translate it. Presently we are doing the bhavana that I am this body. Therefore, I am a man, I am a woman, I am young, I am old, I am beautiful, I am awful. This is only bhavana. What is that which can say that I am the body? The body is not created by us. The body doesn't listen to us. And yet, I am the body. So when we can do this bhavana, that I am the body, then we get married. Then second bhavana, I am husband, I am wife. Then we get the children. I am father, I am mother. Then the children get married. I am father-in-law, I am mother-in-law. These are all different bhavanas. And the root of all these bhavanas is in the body identification. So if we have to do the bhavana, why not do this bhavana? Be very attentive. One man, because of the three conditionings, is referred in three ways. The same man is called as a son, the same man is called as a husband, the same man is called as a father. He has never become three. And who is miserable? These three are miserable. The son is miserable, the husband is miserable, the father is miserable. The man is not miserable at all. Then what he has to do? He has to simply play the role. When you are before the child, play the role of the father. When you are before the wife, play the role of the husband. When you are before the son, play the role of the father. That's it. No difficulty. But what happens? One role gets mixed up with other role. And all the confusion comes up. Therefore, bhavana is, we have to rectify as to at a given period of time, who am I? And when you start, as the scriptures tells, Satyam jnanam anantam brahma yo veda nitam guhayam parame vyomanna soshnute sarvan kaman sah brahmana vipaschiteti. He who does this bhavana, that essentially I am divine. With the conditioning of body identification, this waking world comes into existence. With the conditioning of the subtle body or the mind, the dream world comes into existence. With the conditioning of the absence of the two, the deep sleep world of absence comes into existence. But in and through all of them, there is one common denominator, which has played the role of a waker without becoming the waker. Which has played the role of a dreamer without becoming a dreamer. Which has played the role of a deep sleeper without going to sleep. Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vidya. To know this truth, this bhavana abhyas has to be done. So never condemn yourself. I am most unfortunate, I am very unlucky. No, you are divine. Whether you want or you do not want, you are divine. Whether you know or you do not know, you are divine. You are not bad. Insist. That is bhavana. See, friends, many times we have self-pity, papa karma. You are not papi, you are divine. See, friends, when this bhavana you do again and again, you see there is a tremendous change in your whole attitude towards life. See what a bhavana makes a difference. I was in somebody's house, their mother was cooking, her hands were already soiled up with something or the other. So she told her daughter. Daughter was not a baby, about 21, 22 years. Hey, give us water to Swamiji, he has come, my hands are soiled. So that girl was not a baby, 20, 22 years. She got a glass of water for me, and the mother has to say something or the other. Don't dash anywhere and break it. And exactly that happened. Then everything was over. Then she was going, she said, Swamiji, today I put on a new sari. How do I look? I said, you look very cute. And she was going on a scooter. I said, go carefully, don't tear it, new sari. Evening she came back, Swamiji, sari torn. Then she told me, Swamiji, my mother has taught me right from childhood. I do everything wrong. And I am so confident now that I cannot do anything right. It's only bhavana. Don't condemn your child again and again, again and again. Slowly, he will start feeling he is good for nothing. That is the bhavana. In the same manner, don't condemn yourself. I am unfortunate, I am papi. No, you are divine. Do this bhavana. As we should respect others, we should respect ourselves. Those who lack self-respect, they can never know the truth. See, friends, nasti buddhi ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana. If we cannot do this bhavana, then throughout our life we will have nothing except complaints. Then, nacha bhavayata shanti, third step. He who cannot do this bhavana, then he will be always miserable. And what is the bhavana? Simple bhavana. Very simple. Insist you are happy. In Delhi, I went to some Punjabi house. And it was my fault. There was an old lady in the house. I always used to go do namaskar to her and then go for meeting others. Many years before this happened, about 20, 30 years before. I went, I said, Amma, how are you? She said, Swamiji, you have come, please sit down. I said. And she started her story. This morning, when I got up from the bed, my ankle got twisted and then the pain started going from the ankle to the calf muscles to the knee and it was so painful. Her description was such a live description, I started getting pain. Don't talk about your miseries to anybody in life. principles try. Don't try to make anybody happy in this world. Why? We belong to a democratic setup. Everybody has the right to be miserable. Tathastu. No, but I wanted to make him happy, but he wants that. Well, it will continue. Why you worry? See, we impose our views on others. Never do that. Like, in Pune, many years before, there was one conference. Reverence for life. And I was invited there for, the chief guest. And on the third day, I had to conclude the whole thing. So 3 days I had to suffer the lectures given by everybody. And there was only one theme I found after listening to dozens of them. How non-vegetarian food is bad and everybody should be only eating vegetarian food. No other theme. And when they get excited, one person said, when I see a non-vegetarian man walking, I see a mobile graveyard of the dead animals is going. And all the dumb fellows started clapping. I said, my God, what is this? Then I had to conclude the whole session. Then I started. Today I offered my prayer to the Lord and told him, oh Lord, in the next life, make me pumpkin. 100% vegetarian. Don't impose your views on others. One of the most important things. If you don't like, don't do it. But don't tell others that right or wrong. No business. See. Then alone you will be at peace. This I learned from a driver. See, my guru is not one. You are all my guru. From everybody I learned something or the other. So, I was going in a car, my friend told me, Swami, see that taxi fellow, his front door is open and his hand is there, he may fall down. So, I'll take the car parallel, you tell him to close the door. So, I have to listen, because I am a listener. So, my friend took the car parallel to his car and down the glass. And he saw you tell him, so I told him, hey Mahatma ji, your door is open, close it. He said, it's none of your business, mind your business. When he said like this, my friend told Swamiji, see how arrogant he is. I said, he is not arrogant, he is my guru. What business we have got to bother about the world? Are we appointed here as a caretaker of the universe? Take care of your life. Nati buddhi ayuktasya nacha ayuktasya bhavana. Then nacha bhavayata shanti. If you don't insist on this, then I am all right. I am happy. I am happy. Just do this japa. There was one lady in Bombay. I was enjoying my cup of tea. When I prepare my cup of tea myself, then it is good. When others prepare, I have to say it is good. Because I am a devotee of Krishna, so speaking lies is easy for me. So, I was enjoying a cup of tea. And that lady said, Swamiji, what are you doing? I said, I was waiting for death. No, don't say that. I said, no, now I stop saying, now you have come, my death has come. Swamiji, I am very miserable. Can you imagine somebody is enjoying a cup of tea and start crying? Is it civilized way of living or what? So I immediately became angry. I said, shut up. Now repeat what I said. And then I say, you start this japa. I am happy. But Swamiji, I said, I'll give you one. You simply say what I am telling. Don't discuss anything. Start, I am happy. And then she started, I am happy, I am happy, I am happy, I am happy. Slowly, the tone changed. When it became normal, I am happy, I said, Mama, stop now. Now tell me sincerely, are you really miserable? Not that way. Then why do you say you are miserable? Those who show they are miserable, they are only seeking attention. The more miserable you are, the strong is the ego. Less miserable you are, less is the ego. God has no ego. Therefore, Paramananda. Don't justify you are miserable. Then make others miserable. You relax. Life becomes very easy, friends. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya, nacha ayuktasya bhavana, nacha bhaveta shanti. So where should be our attention? Our attention should be on the quality of our mind before we take up a job, during the execution of the job, and after the job is over, we have to see our mind is perfect. Many years before, I was in Lucknow, and my friend, like me, he was extremely lazy. So, it was winter time. So, as usual, I got up early morning, 4 o'clock, finished my tea, coffee, bath, everything, and I was reading something. At about 8 o'clock or so, the barber came. Those days, barber used to come home. And my friend was still sleeping. I said, hey, yaar, this barber has come on, get up now. He simply took out the quilt up to the chest level. Only head is out. And then the barber started doing the whitewash. You can imagine the height of laziness. And when he was doing, the barber was first of all sharpening his razor. Once, twice, thrice. I was counting. I said, hey, how many times will you do it? Finish it quickly. He said, did you ever shave? I said, no. Then you will not understand. Why? When we shave, we have to have a perfect, very subtle sharpness. Sharpness required for shaving is different than the sharpness required for cutting a tree. And he said, if I have to use this razor, I have to take care of this. Nobody will take care. Exactly the same way. If we are conducting our whole life with the mind, what care we have taken about our mind. So what is the care to be taken? Only one. Be at peace. Don't react. When you start working on this, then you will see this world is most beautiful. Then we come to know everything is perfect in this world, and nothing wrong. Because when we are disturbed, everything is wrong. When we are at peace, everything is beautiful. Decide what is important for us. Our peace of mind, or we are agitated and we want to improve the world. There was a great saint in Bombay, you might have heard his name, Nisargadatta Maharaj. These words have really inspired me. He used to say, all those who have come to save this world, they were shaved off. The world is as it is. You are Rama's Ayodhya, Krishna's Dwarka. There it is. This world has always been like this. So long we are here, live happily, cheerfully. That's all. And for this, no qualification is required. Whether you are married or unmarried, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are man or woman, nothing. Only be happy. And with that happy mode, when you conduct yourself in this world, everywhere you will see nothing but beauty. And then the whole world is a big, big drama going on. So all the problems of life will be dissolved by only one word. That one word is, this world is nothing but either Rama Leela or Krishna Leela. Leela means what? Everything appears to be happening on the stage, but nothing ever happens. The boy comes on the stage. In one drama it happened. The last practice was going on the stage, and the director was sitting in the front and he was observing how the actors are acting. So one terrorist comes, actor of course, and there is another Malayali. And the Malayali is reading the newspaper with his lungi half up, half down. In Bombay, our children ask very peculiar question. One child asked very simple. Swamiji, in Kerala, there is 100% literacy, and yet why that state is not progressing? I said, I don't know. This is a simple thing. In Kerala, people have no time. Why? They are all the time busy undoing the lungi and doing the lungi. Undoing the lungi. Where is the time? Therefore, they can't progress. So, this Keralite, he was having his sit-down. He was reading newspaper. And the terrorist came, only acting. And he pumped the bullet. Tack, 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 tack. Now that Keralite has to die because bullets have gone in him. What he did, he first of all folded the newspaper properly and did his lungi nicely and slowly fell down. So the director said, there is no life in your death. Die properly. In the same manner, live your life perfectly well, at the same time knowing very well that this is just a big drama going on. And don't be in the audience, be on the stage. I am a good actor. In one drama I was acting. The whole story was around me and I was tortured, miserable and all kinds of pains. In that mode, I was crying and frustrated and was beaten, and the whole audience was crying, taking out the tissue paper and cleaning the nose. You know, in the modern ways, they don't wipe their eyes. Whenever they cry, they wipe their nose. This is also one question was asked to me. Swamiji, these days the girls, when they cry, why they don't wipe their eyes? They wipe their nose, take the tissue paper. Why like that? I said, because they have got the eyelashes fixed. And if they will wipe it, in one side eyelashes come out, other is still there. It will not come good. So when I was crying on the stage, and the whole audience was crying because of my acting, what was going on in my mind? Are you dumb? You are paying and crying really. I am paid and I am crying fake. It is just a drama. Don't take life too seriously. As you are listening to me, listen to the world. Listening to me is not going to change you, I guarantee you. In the same manner, when somebody tells you, you are dumb, don't take it seriously. You tell him that you are underestimating me. I am far better than that. Don't take life seriously. Ashantasya kuta sukham. And if you are disturbed, you can never be happy in life. Friends, God created us only for this purpose. We are a counter to dispense happiness in this world, not to get happiness from the world. Don't seek happiness. Discover and distribute happiness. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaha Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.